Doctor Who Earthshock, the sixth story of the Fifth Doctor, is written by Eric Saywood and starring Peter Davison, Matthew Waterhouse, Sarah Sutton and Janet Fielding. So the title was going to be Sentinel. John Nathan Turner wanted to bring the Cybermen back. Before the title later got changed to Earthshock, he wanted to keep it a secret, so he told Eric Saywood not to mention Cybermen in the title. First time since Revenge of the Cybermen, so they filmed the cave scenes in part 1 at Springwell Loch Quarry near Rickmansworth, Hertfordshire, on 29th of October 1981. They scavenged Nostromo set built for Alien movie building cyberscope prop. Sadly, this is the last story that Peter Grimwade directed because him and John Nathan Turner had a fallen out, which happens. At least he's written Time Flight, Mordreen Undead and Planet of Fire. So the story begins with Lieutenant Scott and his team with Professor Kyle at the quarry climbing up the slope. Apparently something attacked Kyle and her mates, but she seems to be the only survivor. So while Walters and Snyder, not Zack Snyder, stay up to look at the scanner, the rest went into the cave, followed by 2 androids. We get bizarre mysterious flare effects on the scanner, so while the Doctor shows Adric the Black Orchid book, he's in a huff because the Doctor listens to Nessa and Tegan more often than he does with Adric. He later revealed that he wants to go back to Pterodon with his kind, which caused the argument between the Doctor and Adric because it involves the TARDIS going back to E-space, and very dangerous. However, Adric can calculate the doorway to E-space, so the TARDIS arrived in the caves and the bones there turn out to be dinosaurs as something crashed. Meanwhile, few of Scott's team members are killed by androids. After separating from them, the bodies look so gross, as they're melted by the looks of it. Ugh. So the Doctor, Nessa and Tegan went further into the mine and ran into Scott and his team, who thinks the Doctor killed people there. So while he gets the Doctor to open the hatch, the androids arrive as they take cover with awesome fight scenes. The revealing of Cybermen is excellent.
Destroy them! Destroy them at once!
I reckon people watching this on live would be mind blown. So everyone is firing laser at the androids, but it isn't working. So eventually Adric attacked one of them, and everyone blasted the other, and it worked. So the Doctor opened the hatch and it turns out to be the bomb. So everyone ran into the TARDIS to sort it out with the console, but Cyber Leader is fighting back. So the Doctor and Adric managed to defuse the bomb, so the Doctor wanted to know where the bomb was coming from. After the Doctor and Adric said sorry to each other, which is a nice moment, and Adric didn't want to go home after all, the Doctor and Adric went out the TARDIS and has a look around in the freighter. The year they're all in is 2526 AD. Ringway is frustrated that Captain isn't there, assuming that she's missing with the crew. But she came back, and I love it when Berger tells Ringway to smile when he's talking to the crew. Would be freaky and informal. Hey, yeah, Berger, the Captain's missing with the crew. Is she gonna... I mean, is that right? Is she gonna be okay? Who knows? So Captain Briggs left for a bit, until after Berger told her that she saw 2 intruders. The Doctor and Adric saw a couple of crew members saw something and got murdered. So Berger sets the alarm. The Doctor and Adric found the corpses, and Ringway arrived saying that they execute murders. Uh-oh. Peter Davison is great as the Fifth Doctor. He has great chemistry with his companions. Even arguments with Adric, they make up with each other, which is great. Matthew Waterhouse is Adric, canny, and such a shame to see him getting killed off. He has great development and skills. Sarah Sutton and Janet Fielding are great as Nessa and Tegan Javanka. I like the design of Nemaforth's Cybermen and the idea of them carrying blasters. I mean, they are menacing and have stormtroopers from Star Wars vibes. Even Peter Davison picked them as his favourite Cybermen design. The good thing about able to see their mouths through the mask is that you can tell they're humans converted. James Warwick played Lieutenant Scott, who's in charge of his team. Claire Clifford played Professor Kyle, who's a geologist and only survivor after when her expedition were killed and volunteered to join Scott and his group to investigate the caves. Beryl Reid played Captain Briggs, who's in charge of a freighter. June Bland played Berger, who's second in command. And Alex Sabin played Ringway, who's a security officer and freighter and worked for the Cybermen. Casts did an incredible job. It's well written and directed. One of Peter Davidson's favourite story. I get a bit of Star Wars vibes in this. The effects on the freighter is well done for its time and low budget. So the Doctor and Adric gets taken to Captain Briggs, who obviously doesn't believe what the Doctor says. So after a while, suspecting that something is down the corridor, she gets Ringway and his men to prepare with the Cybermen. The sound and battle is a blast. So Scott, his team and Tegan went out to find the Doctor. After blasting a couple of Cybermen, Tegan has the Cyber Blaster from one dead Cyberman as the other one is wounded. So after Tegan got separated from Scott and his men, she gets captured by the Cybermen. Ringway reveals to be a traitor and held Doctor, Adric, Briggs and Berger hostage. So while he got distracted looking at Adric's star badge and wondering where Berger went, Briggs attacked him and disarmed him. So they managed to seal the door, working ways to keep the Cybermen out. One of them got stuck on the door and the rest uses a detonator to blast through the door. So Cyber Leader killed Ringway for deceiving them. So then the army of Cybermen awakens. Tegan reunites with the Doctor. Cybermen plans to crash the freighter into the Earth and wipe their lives out. The Doctor explains what life is, which is a great speech.
Sunset, eating a well-prepared meal.
These things are irrelevant.
For some people, small, beautiful events is what life is all about.
But Cybermen didn't give a crap, and so the Cyber Leader and the Cyberman went into the TARDIS with the Doctor and Tegan so they can get off the freighter, while Adric, Briggs and Berger are to stay behind. It's so sad to see the Doctor saying good luck to Adric, especially we know what's coming. So Scott and his crew met up with Briggs. While the TARDIS got off the freighter, it ended up warping into another time, which is why it's fading. After Briggs, Berger, Scott and his surviving crew got in the escape pod, Adric refuses to leave and kept cracking the code to save the Earth. The rest of the TARDIS team figured out what caused the death of a lot of dinosaurs was the freighter. So the Doctor uses Gold Star for Cyber Leader Jess to poison him. So then the Doctor killed Cyber Leader and Tegan killed a Cyberman in the TARDIS. We get an emotional scene where Adric never knew if he was right. The freighter exploded and Adric dies. It's so sad. It works pretty well when the end credits came with shattered star badge and silence with text going up. First watching it, I thought there was something wrong with my TV, but then I realised it's the end credits with no music. So that's Earthshock, and I really love this story, absolutely class. The battle scenes is excellent. What did you think of Earthshock? Did Adric's death scene made you cry? Drop your thoughts on the comments down below. Thanks people as always for watching, and see you in the next video.